meaning-centered lens of learning is having students get a connection with whatever you're teaching. If the students don't feel connected, don't feel like they understand, don't feel like they can relate to it, they're going to shut down and not want to be involved. So I think it's finding a topic and that they can relate to, and then also, even if it's a topic a student can't relate to, finding that tiny little thing in there that they can say, oh, maybe I understand this, maybe I would like this.
Meaning is when students can identify what they're learning and it has a real life application to what it is. They actually see why it is they're learning it, not just something they have to memorize because they're in school.
The meaning center lens is the connecting of the dots for me. And I think that's also another easy thing for science teachers to do, because science is in such an everyday life aspect. Everything connects back to science. I teach chemistry, and there really isn't anything that I can't take back and then say, hey, look, this is how it affects your daily life. This is why you need to know this. Even the most abstract things where kids think quantum theory, I never need to know that. What in the world would that do? And you can show them, now, hey, look, this is how it actually relates back to like the fact that your cell phone in your hand is actually working.
Making connections. I'm huge into text-to-self, text-to-text, and text-to-world connections. So anytime we talk about a content or a vocabulary word, I really strive to create those type of connections.
The meaning-centered lens, this one is probably the most important to me, and it's the one I've really connected the best with the students. It's where the students actually realize why they are there in the classroom, what they are learning, and how it applies to them, their futures, why am I here? Why am I learning this? And so if you can point that out, if you can make that vital connection between what they're doing in this building versus what's going to happen in their outside world, then you have given them meaning for their lessons.
Meaning center is when you get the student to relate to it, or better yet, when the content becomes theirs. They take a hold of the lesson and they find how it fits into their life. I teach economics, so getting students to have that aha moment where it's like, oh, this is how economics fits in. This is what I was doing. That's meaning centered, and it's really cool when you see it, because the light bulb really does. It clicks on and they're like, oh, wait a minute, and I love it.
That's the connection between the content you as a teacher are presenting and a connection between their own lives, things that are important to them, directions they're going with goals and careers and colleges, that they can take what you're presenting to them and say, okay, I see where this is coming into play. This isn't just busy work.
In my classroom, I teach science, so it's very easy. We do real life situations, real life scenarios, things that real scientists would actually do in the real world. We bring them into the classroom on a scale that students can do them in our rooms.
Just that. It's that aha moment where you see the kid, their eyes open wide. Sometimes they kind of like drop their mouth a little bit, and they're like, oh, so this is how it relates to me. I got it. It means something to me now. It's not just something that happens.
For my classroom, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's, I don't want to say it's chaotic all the time, because it makes it sound like it's kind of a bad. But the connecting of the dots, sometimes I want the kids to be able to figure out why it's more meaningful for them. I mean, it's different if I stand up there and say, well, this is why something like quantum theory is important to you. It's better whenever I can see that light bulb click and the kid says, wait a minute, this is why this is actually important. And they can see that, yeah, it does pertain to my daily life. Yes, it does have an impact. And, it's something that maybe my parents didn't know, but now I know because my technology operates off of it.
Relate what you teach to the student. You have to be the student. You have to think like the student. It kind of reminds me of Caddyshack. Be the ball, be the student. How would what you teach fit into their life?
But it has to be something that's relevant to the kids. They have to understand the purpose behind it. Knowing a date or a thing is great, but they have to understand the deeper meaning of what's going on there, and they have to be able to apply it to their situation in the world. So,
connecting the dots to the real world. I think that's the biggest thing, being able to take your content or whatever subject you're on, and giving the students a chance to really understand that it does connect back to to their daily lives. I mean, kids come from such a wide background anymore. It's a great opportunity for everybody to kind of see it on a level playing field to understand how it fits in with their lives.
I think it's just really important in planning stages. Think about, is this something that you would want to do and that you would find important? If the answer is no, then maybe you need to adjust what you're doing. Maybe talk to a professional in an area that you teach, get some ideas of what they do on a normal day, and bring those ideas into the classroom.
I think Meeting Center is important. I think you have to give them that background knowledge. I think you have to build on what they know. But I think at the start of every unit or mini unit, you have to give them some type of information that they then can do it. Because I teach 8th grade, I can't expect them to know everything that a 12th grade senior would know.
Come on, everybody wants to make meaning. Everyone wants to be able to connect with what they're doing. And I remember reading The Red Badge of Courage, and sadly, I could not make a connection to that text at all. And I'm sure now if I would read it, I'm not going to, but I'm sure now if I was going to read it, I would be able to make some connections. But my teacher loved that book, and he didn't care that we didn't. And he didn't care that we weren't going to make a connection, and I think that was wrong. I think that he could have, and he should have. So it's important. Just because you love a book, I learned that the hard way. Just because I love a book doesn't mean the kids are. But if I can help them to make some kind of meaning from it, they'll at least respect it, I think.
Streaming is at our fingertips, so using cell phones, screens with your computer attached to it, anytime you can make a connection, have a quick little 30-second clip ready to go. Even though Vine doesn't exist anymore, there's tons of short little clips that you can easily play that kids can connect to with whatever content you're talking about.
The only thing I personally still struggle with every once in a while is trying to find everything that kind of connects the dots. I got all kind of great examples for just about every topic we cover, but I know there's ones that are out there that I don't get. And I think the other thing is let the kids tell you, because they come up with some things that I never consider. And it's like, yeah, okay, wait, that does fit in with what we're talking about.
Students deserve to have the opportunity to make connections.